much for joining. My name is proofSzilko. I don't even know how to do an intro anymore, guys. That's crazy. But these settings, they help me a lot actually. I can do something like this. Or something like this. If you watch my early Warzone live streams, I was probably one of the worst players ever. And I actually came a long way since then. I improved a lot. And it's all thanks to my settings and thanks to the back button. And you can do the same, guys. If you're a beginner or if you're not that pro, with these settings, hopefully you can also improve. You can increase the number of kills in the game and you can collect more victories at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go through my settings together with you guys, but just a heads up, I'm using a back button. So if you don't use that, if you don't have it, just try to buy one because that's a necessary thing if you wanna improve. I'm also gonna talk about the slide canceling, how to do that on the DualShock 4 controller, and jump shooting, drop shooting. So yeah, we're gonna cover everything what you need to know, and we're gonna start right now. Let's go. So first of all, my two buttons are the square and the X. So I jump and I crouch with the back buttons, and with the back button aligned to those buttons, you can actually keep aiming while you do the jump shooting, or you do the drop shooting, or just bunny hopping around trying to make sure that no one's able to shoot you. So let's talk about how to do the bunny hopping first. So to do the bunny hopping, you have to jump immediately once you touch the ground, and you can have this bunny jump movement, and you can cover some ground while you are extremely hard target to hit. So that's a cool feature. And slide canceling, first you have to use the tactical sprint and then slide and then slide again. So double tap the circle for PS4 users, and this will actually slide and slide cancel, so you can recharge your tactical sprint and you can maintain the tactical speed, movement or momentum, but you have to actually slide cancel between them. So yeah, this is another important feature for the back button. And the next thing what you can do with the back button is you can keep aiming while you jumping around. So if you're in a gunfight, you can aim while you're jumping around and try to make sure that your enemy can hit all the shots and that you can finish him faster than he can actually.
What the handicap?
And of course the last thing I have to mention regarding the back button is the drop shooting. Actually, this was one of the first things I learned. So hold the circle and you go prone, you will hit the ground immediately, and you can keep shooting with the back button aligned to the circle. You can hold that and you can use your thumb to keep aiming at your target, and this helped me a lot. This saved my life a lot, so I recommend you guys to use these features with the back button. Again, circle and X are the two buttons what you have to use for the back button. I know it's pretty much out of stock worldwide, so it's actually quite hard to buy the back button. But I recommend you guys to give it a try. Just make that extra step, that extra effort. Just try to look around you, or try to look on eBay or whatever. Try to buy a used one in case, and you'll thank me later, because as I said, bunny hopping, slide canceling, jump shooting, drop shooting, you can use all these 4 features which are actually common on PC, but you will be able to do that on PS4. So OP, guys, OP. And moving on to the settings, actually I will switch over to the live scene and you will see what I'm talking about. So the button layout is on default. I tried all the different options, but this is the closest what I got used to already, and I just love that. I can use the lethal and tactical equipment with different buttons and I don't have to switch between those two. I got into many troubles already because I used the same R1 button. I think that was the one. So I used the R1 button earlier and I had to push up on the D-pad to switch between my lethal and tactical equipment. You don't have time in tough situations to do that, so yeah, the default is the best one in my opinion. Alright, the stick layout preset is also on default and that's only set to 0.05. Horizontal and vertical stick senses are both on 6 and the ADS sensitivity multiplier with low and high zoom settings are both set to 1.3. The aim response curve type is on standard. I tried all different options, the linear and dynamic as well, but the aim response curve type is the best when it's set to standard on the DualShock 4 controller. So give that a try and you'll hit your shots like I do. So yeah, that's the best option. Vibration is disabled. I don't like vibrating controllers. Makes it hard to hit precision shots, so just disable it and you'll feel the difference. Alright, so aim assist is set to standard and the weapon mount activation is double tap ADS. And of course, weapon mount movement exit is enabled. I want to get out of the weapon mount, so yeah, you have to enable that. ADS behavior is on hold. Equipment behavior is also on hold. Use reload behavior, guys. This is the most important part in my settings video. So it's contextual tap. Guys, one of you actually recommended me to use this one. And this is a night and day difference. If I'm not trying to pick up something, I can reload my weapon by only tapping the reload button. So this is the best option. You just have to be careful where you're facing at, because otherwise you have to hold the reload button to actually trigger the animation. Depleted ammo weapon switch, it's up to you guys. You know, you can use enabled or disabled, whatever your preferences are. Alright, so slide behavior is on tap. Actually combining this with the back button, you know, set to the circle is the best way to go, guys. You can tactical sprint and slide cancel with the back button while you keep aiming in the same time. So this is OP, guys. Use it on tap, and of course you have to have the back button to be able to use that properly. Auto move forward is disabled, and the other key point in my settings is the automatic sprint. I didn't know that it was that important until I figured out which is the best settings for me, guys, and that was the auto sprint. I tried disabled, I was way too slow, and I also tried auto tactical sprint, but that was actually too fast. And with the tactical sprint, your weapon is actually up, so it will take longer to go ADS and hit your shots. So automatic sprint is the best one. It has the best balance between being able to go into ADS and be fast in the same time. Vehicle camera resender is enabled. Parachute auto deploy, I started with enable, but I actually disabled that because I figured out that I can actually land faster than my enemies if I disable that and I manually open it. But you have to be careful, guys, because I ended up more times than I care to admit going face down in the tarmac. Alright, so general brightness is on 48, safe area is set to my monitor, film grain is on 0. Important thing, guys, you know, set it to 0 because you will see the details, you will spot enemies faster. Tooltips disabled, subtitles disabled, language is on English, colorblind mode is disabled, word motion blur disabled, weapon motion blur disabled. HUD minimap shape is on square. As you can see it on the screen now, it actually gives me more info about my surrounding area if I use it on square, because, you know, it's not cut it out. So as you can see it on the screen now, it's much bigger. Minimap rotation, it just helps me to navigate better if I have it enabled. Text chat enabled, profanity filter enabled. Of course, I'm doing content for YouTube. Dismemberment and gore effects is enabled. Alright, so moving on to the other important thing. If you have trouble spotting footsteps, I recommend you to try one of the boost audio mix options. I use HyperX Cloud Alpha headset, and for me the best option was boost high, but it depends on your headset. Try all the different boost options, boost high, boost low, or normal boost, and you will see master volume is on 100, music volume is 0, dialogue volume is on 34. It's actually quite you know, disturbing when it's on a high volume, so I just, you know, try to lower it until the point I can hear it and it's not disturbing anymore. Alright, so effects volume is on 100, Juggernaut music disabled, hit marker sound effects, some Modern Warfare, and account crossplay is disabled in general. If I play with somebody on PC or Xbox, I enable that, but other than that I don't really want to play against PC players. Too many cheaters in my opinion, so I just disable that, you know. I feel comfortable with my PS4 friends, and as I said, I enable that when I play with somebody on Xbox or PC. Crossplay communication enabled, Activision account, friend request, party invite enabled, display unique ID numbers enabled, streamer mode disabled. When and if I grow bigger, I will enable that, so that's fine. Regarding the network, everything is hidden. And one more important thing before I let you guys go, during the game, actually, if you go into your settings and go to your account, there will be a latency and packet loss feedback, so you will see if you have a good connection with the servers, or you should, you know, just quit that game and try to get into another one, and, you know, make your decisions accordingly. And that was my settings video, guys. I hope I could cover everything I wanted to talk about, and let me know in the chat if you enjoyed that. Let me know if you found that useful. And with that being said, guys, thanks so much for being here. Bye.
I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.